All right. So I told you I could teach you how to use this tool in like a few minutes. So this is called Opus Clip. You can get monthly subscriptions or you can pay yearly. Honestly, because I used it before and I knew what it was, I just had the church pay for it for a year. And monthly, it's not too bad. I want to say it comes down to about $15 a month when you buy yearly. That could have been a promotion. I remember it being 50% off. But on some level, you have to ask the question, if you're going to do a task, then if it saves you however much time by utilizing the tool, then the tool might be worth it because it's saving you time, even if you're spending a couple $100, like $200 a year or something. Okay. But basically, how this works is you put your YouTube link right here. And so this is generated by, if you stream, live stream, it also says that it supports Facebook links and Google Drive even, and Zoom links, and, pretty much any way that you're likely going to be streaming with your service, or capturing a file, you can put that here, and then it will give you options for generating the clips, right? So I already did this. It'll give you a couple options. I always just have it set to let AI detect, and I'm looking for clips that are under 90 seconds, right? Because usually that's about, sadly, our attention span for Facebook Reels and such. Um, they're also for a little bit. I don't know if this has changed, but Facebook had a cap for like 90 seconds, or it might have been 60 seconds in length, so you couldn't actually make it a reel on Instagram or Facebook if it was longer than that, which just means that it likely wouldn't have been seen by as many people. But I already did this for my Sunday sermon, and so I have it here. So this is what it looks like when it gives you a bunch of options. So I I used an illustration yesterday, and which is probably what this is catch or picking up on. That like 80 years ago, someone had paraphrased Psalm 23 as "Alcohol is my shepherd; I shall always want." Right. So it was a really phenomenal compare and contrast, and there's a lot of alcoholism in our area. So I was hoping that it would speak to people contrasted with what Psalm 23 actually says. So AI automatically detected that this is likely going to connect with people. So you can see it's a minute and 4 seconds. I can watch it.
And just take it in and think. Either I'm following the good shepherd or I'm following something else.
Okay, so that was kind of my lead up. You can hear some ringing in the background. Sometimes we have a problem with, for whatever reason, our live stream feed just has ringing or buzzing or, background noise. So I know that that's a common problem. So I go into edit clip, and you can see, I'm going to do a couple things here, but you can see this is the script, and sometimes it doesn't always get it right, so I can change the caption if I need to. But over here, there's a button called AI Enhance, and so I can go down and I can select speech enhancement. And you remember how strong of a buzzing or ringing that was in the background, right? So once this is complete, what that's going to do is it's going to isolate my voice and make it so that it's not like there's not stuff going on behind me.
And just take it in and think. Either I'm following the good shepherd or I'm following something else.
Okay, apparently, I didn't say shepherd. I said shepherd, but it is what it is. So you also see that there's a tracker on, and so this is following my body back and forth as I sway, or if I walk back and forth, it'll automatically detect that. You can turn it off if it's distracting. I find that it looks kind of pleasant to keep the subject in exactly the center. So there's a couple things that I know I'm going to change, just quickly. I can select all of the pauses, or I can just select some of them. But some of these I know, like if it's a longer pause, like that one, it said 2 seconds, I can just go through and kind of delete them. Maybe you've noticed, or maybe you haven't, but typically on social media posts, if there's a pause, uh, it seems like clips do better if they're kind of chopped up, so it keeps moving. Whereas public speaking, it's just a different format. People expect pauses. So whatever reason, I see that there's a pause at the beginning. I'm going to just remove that pause so it jumps right into it.
And just take it in and think.
So rather than being a 1 second pause at the beginning, it just jumps right into it. Just take it in, right? So that's what I want. Um, I can see that down here at the end of my clip.
Now, isn't it true that sin feels like freedom until you try to stop?
Okay, so it cut off a little bit too early. I can go in and I can just extend this like a second so that it has a little bit of breathing room. Um, I mean, I think people would understand or get it even if it cut off a little bit early, but to me it felt abrupt, so that's kind of a preference thing. But I kind of know what to look for because I've made enough of these.
Until you try to stop.
Okay, so I make a little face. Yeah, so I'll end it there. Um, so as I look at this, I think it's ready to go. I might want to go through and just watch the whole clip just to make sure.
And just take it in and think. Either I'm following the Good Shepherd or I'm following something else. Consider what something else might look like. Alcohol is my shepherd. I shall always want. He makes me lie down in gutters. He leads me beside troubled waters. He destroys my soul. He leads me in paths of licentiousness for excitement's sake. Though I walk through the valley of death, I cannot cease, for you are with me. Your bite and your sting.
Okay, I remember preaching this, so I think the rest of the clip is good, and then I finished the ending. So everything's good. I'm going to hit export now, and here's what's really nice about this is I connected all of our social media accounts. So we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and a YouTube page. And I can just select what kind of post I want it to be for these different things. And AI will automatically generate a title and a description. I never use it as it is written, but it's nice to have kind of a jumping off point. So, for example, I really like these top three hashtags: alcohol abuse, false shepherd, addiction. Yeah, that's what this is about. So it seemed to nailed that. Alcohol, the false shepherd leading to destruction and misery. That's a great title. But I will likely change the body of this description. I already took out a bunch of hashtags. So let me see. Um, let's just get rid of this first sentence. We'll delve into the false promises and ultimate consequences of succumbing to its allure, emphasizing the importance of discernment, true shepherd in our lives. I don't like any of that, honestly. So I'm going to come up with something else that I like. Uh, Something is always shepherding us. That was my point yesterday. Consider the warning of what alcohol may do if we allow it to lead us. Sure. All right, so I'm going to copy this and then make sure that all of these are the same. Okay, so I'm fixing that. I'm just selecting all and then pasting it in. Now I can go in and I can select the time. So I always post this on Monday afternoons. So I'm going to do, let's say, right now it's 2:15. So I'll just say 3:30. And I'll have this auto post, and when I hit schedule, then it'll be done. So I'm going to make sure that I have what I like. Something is always shepherding us. Consider the warning of what alcohol may do if we allow it to lead us. Let's do rather than the good shepherd. Okay, that captures it a bit more than what I had before. That's a little bit clearer. So I'm going to change all of these and now hit schedule. Okay, auto schedule, great, done. So I've been recording this for 9 minutes. That's how you do it. And I took my time a little bit. but I wanted to give you an example of what it might look like, right? So now at this point, I'm going to hit save changes. You probably don't need to, but you can. And obviously, you see, here's all of these other ones, right? Uh, Another one that I might need to post this week, frankly, because people connected with it, is this clip, right? But it'll give you a bunch of ideas, and I only ever post one, maybe two. So I don't want my feed to be filled with these clips because people might start ignoring them if you post too many of them. So I try to pick the one or two that I think will be the most high impact. But that's how you use Opus Clip. To me, it's a really nice tool. It doesn't take very much time to do, 20 minutes on a sun or on a Monday. And it's the kind of thing that a volunteer could do, honestly. So I'm actually looking for someone to be taking this over now that I know how to do it and I've been doing it for a while. Someone else can take it and run with it. So, all right. Hope this was helpful. We'll see you guys later.